Well, hello, everybody. My name is Tim Gascoigne, and I'm so glad you are here. If you're watching this live, you can see the live chat on the right-hand side and say hello. We've got lots of friends here joining us live all around the world. And if you're catching this on the replay, so glad you're here as well. You can ask any questions or make any comments in the comments below, and I would be happy to reply to them and answer any questions you have about this topic. Most of you that join my lives know that I like to show up on Mondays and add some value and share content related to online teaching, building an online teaching business, and all kinds of other things as well. So welcome back if you are returning, and hopefully your Monday is going well. Let me know in the chat what companies you taught for today, how everything is going. It is a new week, and hopefully I can motivate you this week when thinking about, growing your business or building something bigger for yourself. And the topic this week is how to find your niche as a teacher, as an online teacher, or really any kind of teacher. And I'm going to be sharing a framework with you that I've just gone through with a group of teachers in my coaching program. And I'm excited to add some value this morning to all of you to have some discussions about finding your niche. And I hope you get value from it. We've got lots of people saying hello, which is awesome. Rebecca is here getting the kids ready, I see. That's great. And the beauty of the internet, you can listen from anywhere, right? James, hey, from Vietnam. Andrea's here. Hey, Andrea. And who else is here? Jonathan is here. Yes, Jonathan was part of my coaching last month. And so good to have you back, Jonathan. And Crystal's tuning in from Michigan. And Lemore, sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Glad they are adding value. And David Harris, hey y'all, greetings from the Big Easy. Awesome. And Claire is here. Hey Claire, I was on Claire's live with the Teaching Revolution a few weeks ago, so it's good to have her. And we've got Kylie currently finishing my feedback for GoGoKid classes. Okay, let me know how it's going for GoGoKid, Kylie, and I'd love to know how your bookings are. I do help a lot of teachers get hired, and like to know kind of what's going on in regards to bookings as well. Rebecca says she taught for Bling ABC. Oh, I didn't know you taught for Bling ABC. That's really cool. And VIP Kid this morning. Let me know how you like Bling ABC. I don't recruit for them or anything, and to be honest with you, I know very little about them, except that they have kind of a long-term commitment with students, I believe, and you need to kind of open up for semesters or something like that. But anyway, let me know what you think of them. I know that might add value for someone who's interested in a different company. Laughing Dove, good to have you. Mabuhay from Cebu, hey Kevin, good to have you. Shepiso, sorry. I'm with Tutor Group and I'm from South Africa. Awesome. What other companies would you recommend if I want to diversify? Well, a few weeks ago, I did a video on some South African companies because I do get a lot of people asking me questions. And also, if you are interested in my free course, which I just launched about a week ago, I've had an awesome response to it. It's called Online Teacher Bootcamp Course. It has 4 modules related to getting hired, applying, building a resume, passing your demo, getting your classroom set up the easy way, how to get booked. And I keep it very company generic, so it really would apply to anybody. I have some bonuses as well for a small price, but if you just want the free course, then you can jump in and check out those modules and get the upgrade later on if you want, or not at all. The free course has everything that I know about online teaching in it and all of my coaching tips and practices that I've used for all my referrals to get hired. So hopefully that is helpful for you. You can go get that at onlineteacherdude.com/free course. So no credit card required, no payment, no nothing, just a free course. So there it is, onlineteacherdude.com/free course. Kylie says, bookings have been good at GoGoKid. I've been 100% booked the past few weeks. I recommend applying now to get that $300 bonus and good bookings. Yeah, totally. They extended it until the end of April. So if you are interested in GoGoKid, now is the time to try to grab that bonus. It is a nice incentive to getting hired for sure. James said he started to work for Bling ABC last July, but was never given a class during the duration of the first contract. Didn't sign the second. Yikes. Yeah, interesting and good to know. Tracy, hey Tracy, teaching for VIP Kid today. I'm having a hard time getting short notice classes during the week. Do you think they limit the amount each person is allotted during the week? No, I teach full-time short notice, but I've been doing it for a few years. So I've kind of built up about, a dozen students that know my schedule and know how to book me short notice. So it just takes time, but no, they don't limit you. Rebecca says, I like Bling ABC. Their 40-minute classes pay about 24 to 27 a class. Yeah, that's really good. You have to accept the entire unit, which could be once a week for a few months. Okay, so if someone that's looking for consistent bookings, maybe that would be a good option. Very cool. Okay, well, I like to keep these to 30 minutes, and I got lots to share. So as you know, on this channel, I talk about online teaching, but I also talk about building an online teaching business. And a lot of my lives are going to be focused on ways that you can grow as an online teacher. And I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that each one of us has an offer to share with the world. We have something inside of us, a passion, an expertise, or just a dream to dream bigger and to do something bigger in our lives. And I think that a lot of things that prevent those that have those dreams and those desires from moving forward, hopefully can be alleviated through some of the things that I talk about on this channel, because I believe that everyone is capable. And when you tap into what you're really good at and what your expertise is and what you're passionate about, that's when all the stars align and you can have a really great offering to share with the world. So I'm excited about the content today. We're going to be talking all about finding your niche as a teacher. So I have heard people call it niche or niche. Both of those spellings are incorrect. I say niche. And a niche is essentially a targeted focus area that you can serve particularly well. So it doesn't mean that you are the expert in it and you know everything about it, but it is an area that you have some knowledge in. And we're going to help define your niche today through my little framework and hopefully give you some takeaways to put into practice. A niche is how you position yourself in a market as an authority or as an expert. And it's small, it's specific, and it's one thing that you can target in your business as a teacher or as anything. Even if you've got another interest or hobby or passion or expertise outside of teaching, you can still build something on the side and create extra income for yourself. I have done this many different times in many different areas, and I love to share about it. I want you to think about brands that you know and love. And I just found this company, Lefties, the Left Hand Store. So this is not just your typical stationery store or merchandise store. This is a store specifically geared to left-handed people. Where are my lefties at? I am a left-handed person, and growing up, I always had right-handed scissors in school, and everything that was made and created was for right-handed people. So I had to adjust and learn in some ways to actually be ambidextrous. I learned how to catch with my right hand because there were no left-handed gloves. And if there was one glove out of like 50, and it was hard to get. So I really enjoyed how this store has positioned themselves, and they have niched down. They have become really specific in what they are offering and what they are good at. So that is just an example of how someone has taken the market and carved out an area that is unique and different. They're still selling all the same things that other stores sell, but they're offering a different angle to it. Whole Foods market themselves as a grocery store, but not just any grocery store. They market themselves as whole foods, as healthy, as organic, fresh produce. So they position themselves differently than a regular supermarket or a regular grocery store. And if you shop at Whole Foods, which I don't because they don't exist here in Asia, but that would be, the reason why you go there is because you know that the products that you're going to get, are whole foods, essentially. Lush is another one. They're not just any cosmetic product. They are fresh and they are handmade. And I was doing a little bit of reading about Lush. They're more than just fresh and handmade, but that's how they're positioning themselves in the market, to be unique and to stand out a little bit differently. Gwen says, my son is a lefty. There's very few of us. So yes, I love all my lefty friends. Jonathan's a lefty here too. Awesome. Andrea's a lefty. Well, there's tons of you that are lefty. That's almost 10% of who's here. Andrea says, I only write with my left hand. Everything else I had to figure out with my right hand. Totally. Me as well. Same deal, Andrea. I can't write with my right hand, but I can do a lot of other things. In sports especially, I had to learn how to do with my right hand. Why are we talking about this? Why have a niche as a teacher? Well, as I said in the beginning, I believe that everybody has a unique proposition. I believe that everybody has something in themselves, a passion, a desire to do something bigger and to be able to offer something to the world. And sometimes it's just a case of figuring out what that is and tapping into your niche and learning how you can solve someone else's problem by offering what you know, love, and are able to do well. So maybe you want to grow your income. Maybe you're an online teacher, you're waking up early, you're kind of getting tired of being constrained to a 2 or 3 hour schedule and something that's not scalable. Maybe you want to teach under your own name or tutor under your own name and go independent. I've heard from so many teachers who have a desire to take their skills and knowledge of online teaching and to be able to offer this separately from a company and be able to do this as a freelance teacher. I've been able to do that on a small scale with several students that have found me and that I have been able to market to, and I love helping others do that as well. Maybe you want to start a teacher business or a teacher store or offer a digital product or a physical shop, or you want to create a course or create a membership or do something that's bigger than what you're doing at the moment. Or maybe you just want to put your dreams into action. And I think we all have dreams, and 99% of us push those dreams down, and we think that, number one, someone's already doing it, which I'll tell you in a minute is a good thing. If there's someone else doing it, then there's a market for it, and you can position yourself differently and offer something unique. And number two, people feel that they aren't good enough to do whatever they want to do. They, have imposter syndrome. Who am I to put myself out into the world? And all those limiting beliefs are just going to continue to hold you back, continue to squelch your dreams. And I'm here to help you open that back up and start thinking about what your niche is. So my first step in developing your niche is to identify passions, interests, and expertise. Okay? So what are your passions? What are your interests? What are things that you're good at? I want you to start making a list of those things. And if you're a teacher on a marketplace platform like OutSchool, then you've probably already done an exercise like this where you've listed out things that you love doing, that you wake up every day wishing that you could do all the time. And lots of teachers have found that niche on OutSchool by being able to get paid for what they love to do. Imagine that, getting paid for what you love to do. Ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What interests do you have that you would wake up every day excited to work on? And what expertises do you have? This is important, that have even gotten results for someone else in the past. So maybe you've been a teacher in a school and you really excelled at teaching math or teaching reading or teaching special education or teach, special needs students or whatever the case may be, higher level math. Or maybe you've taught English to adults and you really love teaching a certain demographic of adults or a certain people from a certain country or a specific language. So there's all kinds of areas of expertise that you can have as a teacher. Or maybe you have a skill set in an area of teaching that can really help teachers grow. Maybe you're an expert in technology. You love sharing technology tools. I think of my friend and colleague, Amanda Panda Teacher, who has carved out a niche in online teaching to offer tech education and technology learning for online teachers to level up their technology in the classroom. So there's all kinds of ways that you can, think about and brainstorm where you've had results with others in. Let's have a look. Teacher Danny says, Hey, Danny, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you back. I never look at other classes in school. I don't want to overthink it. I just do it. Yeah, that's awesome. Good tips. Danny, I really miss seeing your lives. Just wanted to say that. I don't know if you still do them, but I need to check in with you and see if you're still doing lives and stuff. Because Danny was one that I started watching before I even ever went live. And this is like my 53rd show, I think. But she was really inspiring for me to turn on the camera and go live, as scary as it can be sometimes. Crystal says, it's good that others are already doing it. Noted. Yes, absolutely. It is good that others are already doing it, for sure. So how to find your niche. So as you start to list out your passions, as you start to list out your interests and your expertise, and I like to think of it as this diagram of circles, because where all these things align, adding to the fact that there should be a market demand for it or an opportunity, in that little middle area is where your niche lies, where that optimum place is for you to be able to create something to offer to others. And so it's a good activity to go through this and to list out your passions, list out things that you're an expert in, and then find out if there is an opportunity to create income from that. And where all those things align, that really is, your zone of genius, your superpower, essentially your niche. So that can be an activity that you can do now or later to start listing out those things and thinking about what you can create for yourself. All right, let's look at some examples. And let me know in the chat if you are a teacherpreneur, if you are someone that's building a business, if you are even dreaming about doing something additional to online teaching or to carving out a niche in a certain area. Let me know in the chat, what do you do? Do you have a shop? Do you have a store? Do you offer coaching? Do you have a course? Do you teach students on your own? Let me know in the chat, or even what you're dreaming of doing. Let me know what you're thinking about. So some examples could be teaching English to students under your own name. We talked about that. Coaching teachers in an area of teaching that you're passionate about. Don't underestimate what you know. And if you're getting results with it and you're really good at it, this could be an area that you could share with others. Creating digital teaching resources to help teachers in a specific area, another great niche area. Selling a product or service to help someone, or helping online teachers get jobs or find opportunities. So this was the niche that I carved out for myself about 3 years ago. When I got into online teaching, I saw a space, so to speak, on YouTube of a lack of male teachers. And I thought I could create videos about online teaching and my experiences with, the hiring processes. And so it just started very small with that area on YouTube. And, being a male teacher, I thought that I could kind of spin a different angle on things. I didn't know where it would go, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I just took the leap of faith and started making content without any inkling that it would ever make any money, or without any idea that I would even see the growth that I've seen over the last 3 years. So you just never know, what can come about. So Kylene says, I have discovered instructional design and I'm taking a course to get certified to make courses and e-learning materials for others. I'm very excited. I'm so excited for you. That is really, really awesome. Danny says, I'm just chilling on OutSchool, giving them my 30%. Yeah, I hear you. The money's really good on OutSchool. I don't, fault anyone to be on OutSchool. It's a fantastic platform where you can make a really good income and start to figure out what you're passionate about teaching. James says, my end goal is to open a restaurant. I love cooking. There you go. And James, I can imagine you would be excited to wake up every morning to cook. I'll have to come and visit that restaurant one day. All right, number 2, find out the problems that you can solve. So this is really important. For something to be marketable or for something to be profitable, you need to be essentially solving problems. And that's basically what all businesses are doing in some kind of way. They're solving problems, they're identifying struggles that problems, can't speak today, that people have. They're finding out what those problems are and how they can solve them. And there's lots of ways you can do that. You can listen carefully in Facebook groups for what people are struggling with. You can search in Facebook groups and find out what questions people are asking. Literally just putting in the question words into the search box will come up with questions that people have asked. Ask people in your network or people that you've helped before what their problems are and what they struggle with. I spent a couple of months last year jumping on calls with, I probably spoke to about 20 different teachers, and I interviewed them. I talked about their online teaching journey. I asked them what they want to do with their life, what they want to do with their career, what they're struggling with online teaching, what problems they're having, what they wish they could build for themselves, all kinds of things. And I got to know who was following me on YouTube and who was, connecting with me. And so that was a really great way for me to get more knowledge about what problems people are having. You can research questions that people ask on Google. You can literally go into Google. I forget the method that it's called, but you can type in, I think it's just Ask Google, but you can just type in, topics or your niche area, and it will come up with different things that people are searching for. That's one way, especially for SEO and keyword stuff, that you can find out what people are putting into Google search. So get out there and find out what problems you can solve for people. If you're in the teaching niche or the online teaching niche, you can go under your own name. You can teach things that you're passionate about as long as there are people willing to pay for it, and as long as there's a market out there of people that are doing it as well. That's why I said it is important to not be discouraged that there are people doing it already, because that just means that there's a demand for it. And this is what brings me to validating your niche. It's so important to validate what you're wanting to offer and what you are focusing on. So do some research into your competition. Find out what your competition is offering, not to copy them, but to be different and to be unique and to set yourself apart from them. So find out how you can stand out from the crowd. You don't want to go out there, research your competition. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sharing screen. Da, 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 da. Okay, I don't know how much I was talking, but I apologize for that. Let's just go back so you can see that previous slide. So find out the problems, as I said, and validate. So go out there and do research into what your competition is offering and find out how you can stand out from the crowd. And as I said before, interviewing people is a really good way to get validation. You know, would somebody pay for your course, or would somebody buy your product, or would somebody take lessons from you, depending on what you're offering? There are so many different niches in teaching that you can focus on that are profitable and that you can build into your own teaching or tutoring business. Let's just check if there's any questions or comments coming in. Teacher Danny says, my kids went back to school after a year and I am mind blown. Freedom, is that what you're saying? I'm off to teach my advanced second grade math class now. Never thought I would be a math teacher. Awesome. Thanks, Danny, for stopping by. Good to see you. Let's get to number 4. Or let's actually talk about some tips. Didn't know my own slideshow there. So you can ask former students. You can post on social media. You can join Facebook groups. Google Trends is a good one to see what is already out there. You can do keyword research. You can search other tutors and teachers if you're wanting to teach under your own name. You can look at YouTube videos and see what content is being created and produced out there. You can search tutoring platforms. This is if you're wanting to build a tutoring business, read blog articles, and ultimately have conversations. When you're validating your idea and you're going out there and finding out if it's something that's marketable and if it's something that can be profitable, then it's so important to have conversations along the way to gain insight into what you're doing. Number 4 is declaring your niche. So let's just back up for a second. So we went through identifying passions, interests, and expertise. And I know I'm flying through this quickly, but I'm just giving you an overview. Finding out the problems that you can solve with a group of people, whatever area that is. Validating that idea that you have. And then declaring it. So that means that you're creating a value proposition, I like to call it. It's your statement, your zone of genius that tells others very quickly what you do, who you're serving, how you can help and serve them, and what is the benefit or outcome they get from working with you. Okay, so number 1, who do you help? You have to know who you're helping. You have to know who you're serving. I help online teachers, so I'm very clear about that. How can you help and serve them? So what is it that you can do that's going to be of benefit to them? When someone is searching for something online in your area of expertise or in your niche, they have a problem that they need solving. They want to do something or they want to get over an obstacle, and you can help and serve them. And then finally, what is the benefit or outcome they get from working with you? So why would they work with you? And I want you to structure it in this way. So your value proposition statement can be as follows. I help, and then the who, the people that you serve, do, and then whatever it is that you promise you can help them do, so that they can, and then that becomes your benefit statement. So what outcome do they get from working with you? All right, so I help, do, whatever it is, so that they can, what is it? Gain more financial freedom, so that they can become a better English speaker, so that they can become a technology expert in their online classroom, whatever, they're going to get as a result of working with you or purchasing from you. That's the benefit or outcome that you want to highlight at the end of your proposition statement. Okay. And then number 5 is test and adjust. You will not always get it right at first. And it doesn't matter if you get it right at first. I have adjusted mine so many times. And it's hard. This is very meta for me because I'm going through this as well all the time. I don't think we've ever arrived and knowing exactly what we're doing with a very clear statement. We can get very close and we can refine it. And as we grow and evolve, so will who you're serving and how you're serving them. that just comes with being someone who runs a business. You're always going to be refining and adjusting and testing. So don't be afraid to try it out. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake or missing the mark a little bit and then revisiting your niche, revisiting what you're offering, revisiting who you're serving and the results that you're promising to get. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen to what people are saying because they will give you feedback about what's working in your business and what isn't. People are very honest about that stuff. And so you can listen to people and say, you might get insight into what you could tweak or what you could adjust to make what you're doing even better. And as I said, it's very meta for me because I go through this all the time. And then finally, adjust, refine, and narrow your niche even further. So, what does that mean? That means that you are taking stock of what's working and you're going back and you're revisiting and you're adjusting as you go. So it's so important to do that. And really, if you follow that simple framework, that step 1 to step 5, it's easier said than done, but start jotting down, number 1, what are your areas of expertise? What are you passionate about? What lights you up every day and what gets you out of bed? And what would you love to be able to get paid to do every day? And for some people, it's just online teaching. And that's maybe why you're here. And that's awesome. But if you're someone who wants to build a bigger business or someone who wants to grow and maybe create something outside of your online teaching, then you are capable of doing it. I believe that, as I said, everyone has something inside of them to be able to offer into the world. And sometimes it's just a case of taking time to really think about what it is that you want to build in your life and how you want to grow in this great industry. So let me know if this is resonating with anybody, and if you've got any questions or comments, I would love to hear about them. So in summary, identify your passions and expertise, find the problems that you can solve, and go out and create resources to help solve those problems, right? Offer value first, and then you can get into, selling or whatever it is that you want to do or whatever you're dreaming of creating. Validate your ideas. It's so important to validate what you're doing and to make sure that what you're doing is going to be helpful to people. And number 4, declare your niche statement. This is so important because as you kind of start thinking about what your niche is, it's really important to be clear. And this is a great statement to be able to have on all your social media, on your website, above the fold on your website. This is what I do with my website, so you can go and check that out if you want, or on your social media. You want to have that really clear because that tells people in 3 seconds who you are and how you can help them. And I go through this in more detail in my website in a weekend course, which helps you to build a website essentially, and gives you those ways of declaring this and being really clear, especially on your website, how to do that. All right. So Crystal says, offer value first. Yeah, noted for sure. Great. This presentation is concise yet dense enough to offer practical guidance. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate that. Like to offer value. I do want to invite you to a coaching program. I just finished up with, I think I had 8 teachers in it, and it was a fantastic program. I'm making tons of tweaks to it. This is just to express interest. I'm launching it in May. It is a 6-week program to launching your offer into the world. You're going to get one-on-one coaching, support from me each week. We're going to do 2 group coaching sessions at the beginning and the end. I will have an accountability partner for you if that's something that you want. We're going to do video modules, which you have access to, a full PDF guide and workbook, which will walk you through step by step from beginning to end, accompanied with the video modules and my one-on-one coaching. I am really there to help anyone who wants to do this to build something bigger for themselves. Results is really my goal for you if you join this. A Facebook group with live trainings and support. I'm really only opening this to 6 teachers to begin with, kind of a beta group. And I want to, I already did a beta group. This is kind of a small group of teachers to go through this with. And we are starting in May. So you can go to onlineteacherdude.com/coaching if you want to express interest. There is no commitment to doing anything. You can read a little bit more detail about it at the top of the form. And if it's something that you're interested in working with me on, I would love to chat with you. I only want you to join if this is a good fit for you, so we can discuss that in advance, of course. And I will email anyone who expresses interest in the next week or 2. So that is it. Finding your niche as an online teacher. I hope that this was helpful. This is not something that takes 5 minutes or even a half an hour and your problems are solved and you're ready to rock and roll. But I hope you get a taste of what is possible for your life if you are wanting to build something bigger. So I'm excited. Hope you're excited too. I appreciate you being here for the live and for showing up in the chat. I will wait another minute if there's any questions or comments, or just let me know how your day's going. It was an extremely rainy day in Malaysia. Thunder, lightning, all the works, most of the afternoon. And so we usually, we get bad weather, but today was exceptionally bad. But I taught 4 VIPK classes. I had a student of mine that I always teach right before I go live on Mondays. And overall, it was a pretty good day. I hope you guys had a good day as well. Thank you for coming, Andrea. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And until next time, I will see you next Monday, same time, same place, for some more chat about online teaching or something related to building a business. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for being here, everyone.